Hi, I'm a terrible thing, and this is 6 Days of Sacrifice. I've been really looking forward to this one. This is my favorite, well, one of my favorite two games in the series. It's just fantastic, and I think it fits together perfectly with Trilby's notes. So, this is the fourth game, the fourth and final game in the Chzo mythos, other than, I guess, what you can consider a couple of spin-offs. And this game is weird, but in a really good way. Like, Yahtzee outdid himself with this one. Well, let's just get into it. No commentary. I'll be doing the commentary. Well, these games are all free, by the way, and you should absolutely play them. Yesterday I saw the body of the bridge keeper engulfed in flame, and I saw the bridge created by 1/3. Tomorrow, I saw the soul of the bridgekeeper reduced to ash, and I saw the bridge created by 2/3. Today, the mind of the bridgekeeper shall meet with its destiny, and I shall see the bridge extend between the realms. And the many children of the king shall leap and dance and sing praises in his name, for great is his wisdom and his benevolence. The Book of the Bridge. I should have done this the moment you came into this world, demon child. May God forgive me for having a part in your creation. Why did you kill me, brother? I helped you when you were injured. I bandaged you when our father made his mistake. No mistake, young one. Now do you see why I tried to keep you away from this creature? It has no understanding of human ways. You're wrong, father. If you would even give him a chance to be normal. Cease your prattling, Matthew. It's time to put an end to the horror I unleashed. What are you doing, Father? Father, no! Father! This is kind of cool. So, this is the end of 5 Days of Stranger and 7 Days of Skeptic. We're seeing simultaneously. And the destruction of John Defoe's body and his soul. Yeah, his soul. "196 years later. 196 years earlier." So, this game takes place exactly in between those two events, and that's important. Left click to walk. Okay. Ophthalmology, which basically sounds like I'm going to get glasses made here or something. So, this is a new character. What is going on here? Have not played this one in quite some time. Let's take a look at the pamphlets. I'll add it to my journal. To reread items in your journal, click the journal button at the top of the menu. Right-click on the journal icon in your inventory. Life becoming a struggle? Need a guiding hand? Want to be part of the world's fastest-growing family? Ophthalmology is a religion catered for you, taking the best parts of all previous religions to make a great new way of thinking. Join ophthalmology today! Are you Mr. Garriott? Get out of my way, you fool. Mr. Garriott, I'm from the county council. What? My name is DeCobb. I phoned you a week ago about running an inspection of your facilities. Ah, yes, I remember. The council's been informed that you may be extending your premises without planning permission. I just need to take a look around to make sure you aren't. Is it completely necessary? It's just a precaution, entirely routine. Could you come back another time? Well, actually, no. I have to get this done before the end of the week, and this is my only free time slot. I see. Is there a problem? No, not at all. Well, why don't I take you up to the elevator and we can tour the building. I'd be obliged. Where's the... Day 1. July 24th, 2189. I told you I have no idea who he is. Then why should you care? I'm a doctor, for God's sake. It seems terribly convenient. You don't think if he was an agent, we wouldn't find a way to get him down here without smashing him to pieces? A broken neck is not something I call convenient. Don't think me a fool. He arrives now, of all times, and you insist it's a coincidence? What else could it be? Ugh. He's awake. Can you hear me? Do you know your name? Can you tell me your name? DeKalb. Theodore DeKalb. My name's Samantha Hardy. What's happening? How much do you remember? Hey! Stop talking to him. I don't want either of you saying another word until my employer gets here. This man is seriously injured. He has to be returned to the surface and taken to a properly equipped hospital. I will not tell you again. No one leaves. No one breathes a word until my employer tells me what is to be done. God damn you. Not a word. Okay, so, a lot happened, and there's a lot going on here that's probably very confusing if you've been following. So let's address the multiple elephants in the room. Just have a little of my coffee here. So, Garriott is a name that you may recognize from the Countdown series. So that is the guy that runs the cult that was talked about in that series. The man standing there, who appears to be Trilby, is somehow still alive. I don't know, 200 years? What was it? 190 years or something after the Defoe Manor incident? How could that be? Another thing is that door seems to be having a fit, and the woman who is standing over me is apparently related to Philip Hardy. Yeah. So, things are going to get stranger before they start to make sense. But let's talk to Samantha. Psst. Samantha looks at me questioningly. Okay, mouth the word employer. She points at me, then mimes cutting her throat meaningfully. Okay. Point to the guard. Samantha shrugs and shakes her head, indicating she doesn't think she can reason with or defeat the man. That's not what I wanted to know. Point to the door to the north. She shrugs. Point to the console. She shakes her head and mouths the word password. Point to the desk. Get away from there. Okay, point to the privacy screen. Samantha shrugs. She has no idea how to activate it. Mouth the word password. Samantha shrugs. She has no idea. Okay, I'm going to try to remember how to do this. So the guard, I'm pretty sure, has the password. I need... Quiet. You can explain yourself to my employer when he arrives. I need to get him over here, but I don't remember how to do that. Please. Quiet! You can explain yourself to my employer when he arrives. Alright. Who doesn't work? Let's just try... Ugh. What's the matter now? His condition may be degrading. The facilities here are very understocked. Move aside. I'm going to check him. Okay, so this will give me a chance to steal the password off him. I take a slip of paper from his pocket while he leans over. He doesn't seem to notice. I don't see any problems. Dude, my neck is fucking broken. You don't see any problems? I palm the note to Samantha. She glances at it, then nods in understanding and pockets it. Now we tell her. Privacy screen. Samantha shrugs. Console. She points at the privacy screen and then at the door in the north wall. Okay, so first we're going to want to put up the privacy screen. Now this is weird. I thought this was very strange. That won't help you. I can't see you, but there's only one way out of here. So the first time I played this, I didn't understand what the hell I was looking at here, but apparently I think from the stuff that I've seen of Yahtzee himself talking about it, and in the commentary that comes with this version of the game, that it's supposed to be a force field. That it's sort of like a futuristic version of like the privacy curtains that you have when you're in a hospital and you're in a room with somebody else. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and open up the north door. Okay. Here's the tall man. You. I remember you. Don't look. Don't look. And Trilby's dead. What the fuck? Okay. Looks like we're loose again. Can you walk? Just about. It hurts a lot. How much do you remember? Look, I'm just a council inspector. I was sent here to run an inspection on the building. Some lunatic upstairs pushed me down the elevator shaft and I wake up here. Can you please explain to me what the hell is going on? You fell to the very bottom of the shaft. You are now within an underground laboratory complex. What do the ophthalmologists need it for? Ophthalmology is a front. A money-making, crowd-pleasing facade to disguise the true organization. Which is a cult. They call themselves the Order of Blessed Agonies. Bunch of masochistic freaks who worship some mad death god. Okay, so why do they have a laboratory complex? Do you mind if I ask, why were you sent to inspect the building? The police told us they received a tip that the cultists were building something. Since they didn't have planning permission, I had to see if there was any truth to it. It seems there was. This complex isn't documented in any of our records of the site. I think you'd better talk to Janine. I have a feeling you're the person she's been waiting for. Who? The other prisoner. She and I were being held captive down here by one of the cultists. You mean the man who was guarding us? Where did he go, anyway? The man in the hat was just a mercenary, I think, hired to guard the place. Our captor is still around somewhere. Janine and I just escaped from our cell this morning. We were looking for a way out when you arrived. I dragged you in here and the guard found me. We've got to call the police. No can do until we get to the surface. Something's blocking our communications. But with the three of us against one man, we should be able to negotiate our way out. Janine's supposed to be finding us some weapons. Find her. I apologize for placing a burden on you in your current state, but I have urgent matters to see to. Dr. Hardy, what happened to the guard? Why didn't you let me see? Find Janine. Once the cultist is our hostage, we'll have time to answer all of your questions. Okay. Let's take a look at this burnt paper. I'll add it to my journal. From Acolyte Garriott to Acolyte Darevin, our preparations are complete. Feel free to evacuate yourself and your staff when you finish burning your records, but make sure Canning and the prisoners remain. Our master will also remain, and make his own arrangements. I will evacuate last when I've given the building and complex a final inspe. Alright, I'll familiarize myself with this area. It's been a while since I played it. Alright, so this is... what's this? Spectacles. Come on, pick it up. One of the lenses is smashed, the other is curved out of shape. I'll take the intact one and discard the rest. Okay, so this is the medical bay. You can tell by the thing here. And this one is the room with the boxes. This is the elevator. Yeah, there's Samantha. Dr. Hardy, have you gotten the weapons off Janine yet? You must hurry. We may not have time to act against our captor. Okay. This one is the security office, I believe. Let's see. Oh, no. This is cell. Okay. Let me take a look at the memo. Looks like a handwritten memo held in place with tape. I'll add it to my journal. Canning, ensure that the prisoner remains sealed in the holding cell for at least 6 days. After this, it will no longer matter. Do not fail, Canning. This is your chance to redeem yourself for the crime of allowing the Orzechowski woman to explore the complex unsupervised. I think Orzechowski is Janine's last name. Find her, though. Okay, this is the bedrooms. It appears to be locked. Oh, wait! There's Janine. Okay, so this also confused me the first time that I played it. But apparently, so this area is actually a circle. And if you go far enough to the left, you end up facing this side on this screen. Now the reason is because we're actually facing the inside of the circle here. The perspective of the game flipped. And this door faces the inside of whatever, like, if you could imagine that this whole place is a big circle, like I said. So when I go this way, I'll be back on this side, and now down here is the center of the circle. When you're on this side, the center of the circle is up here, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's a little confusing. So this room is like a science room. Won't open. And this one is surveillance, I guess? Yeah. Okay, so interestingly, too, I should point out that this room is... the door here doesn't open. But by the description, we have this monitor here, a fuse box, and a barrel full of petrol, or gasoline if you're American. This door leads to a stairwell that goes up to dormitories for the cult. This is the same security room that we came into in what is it, the third countdown game. We came down the stairs and went in to get the butter knife, or was it a butter knife? I don't even know, a carving knife or something, out of the kitchen, which was attached to the dormitories. In this game, this door will never open because this is a passageway out of the game that is closed off to us, but it connects the two games basically. All right, I gotta find Janine. Sorry, I'm just messing with my phone, trying to bring up my timer. Oh, hello. Sorry, I thought you were... Who are you? My name is DeKalb. Are you Janine? You're not one of the cultists. No. One of them apparently dropped me down an elevator shaft. Dr. Hardy told me to find you. Oh, so you met Sam already. We're being held captive, her and me, for the last week or so. We were only able to get out of the cell this morning. She mentioned that. She said you might have found some weapons? Oh, sure. Here. You came from outside? Are they sending someone to help us? I wouldn't know. But they must have gotten my message. We have to take these guns to Dr. Hardy. Maybe then we can get out of here. I'll wait here. Why? Please, just don't make me go out there. I couldn't face seeing him again. Who? The cultist? No. Anyway, you better get going. Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. Real quick. Is it over? Are we free to leave? Not yet, sorry. Oh, okay, I guess I have to do this part. Give her the guns. Ah, excellent. Now we certainly have the upper hand. The cultist is just through this door. All we have to do is secure him in the holding cell, then we can negotiate our release. Will Janine be joining us? No. She said she was too afraid. Afraid? Odd. Well, anyway, we'll both take a gun. Even a man with 2 limbs out of commission can fire a gun. Turn around slowly, Canning. No sudden movements. Hardy, so this is how your employment ends? With betrayal? Employment? Shut up! If there any way betraying here, it was when you lunatics locked me up. If there was any betrayal here, whatever. We had no choice, Hardy. You refused to listen to reason. I said shut up. I'm taking you to the cell. Stop right there. If you point your gun at me, I will fire. Damn you. You never understood, did you, Hardy? There's no point in resisting us. We have God on our side. What the hell's going on? Take them to the holding cell. I will... Who? I am the caretaker. I am the guide. They are only unconscious and will awaken soon. Go to the sleeping quarters and seal yourselves in. It is not wise to roam this place at night. But who are you? A friend. Now go. Sam. I'm sorry, Janine. They overpowered us. Oh, God. Can't take much more of this. When are they going to send help? It seems they did. Him? Why don't you tell Janine the same things you told me, Mr. DeKalb? I'm a council planning inspector. Someone tipped us off that the cult were building something. They sent me to see if that was true. So you see, Janine, your call was answered. You sent the tip? A council planning inspector. It's almost laughable. But now there's no way we're getting out of here. Yes, there is. We're going to overpower Canning and make him escort us out. Excuse me. You tried that and it didn't work. We just have to keep trying. Will you please listen? I beg your pardon. I fell down an elevator shaft this morning. I'm tired, I'm in pain, and I don't know where I am. All you've done is boss me around and evade my questions. I want to know who the hell you people are and what the hell is going on. I apologize, Mr. DeKalb, but there's no need to shout. Perhaps there is time to fill you in now. Sorry. Where shall we start? What is this place? You're in a small laboratory complex under the ophthalmology building, which, as I've already said, is a front for the Order of the Blessed Agonies. The complex is laid out around a large circular chamber they call the Hub. They've definitely got something important in there, but neither of us have been inside. What is the Order of the Blessed Agonies? They're an insane masochist cult who think pain is the answer to everything. And from what I've seen, they're very creative in the ways they inflict it upon each other. They worship some mad demon god called Chzo or something. I've never even heard of them. I heard of ophthalmology, what with all the celebrities that are members. Ophthalmology is just a moneymaker. It funds the true organization, the Order. They hide beneath the acceptable front to keep themselves secret. Saying you want to hurt people to purify them causes a lot of concern for the authorities. So where are all the cultists now? We don't know. They used to be all over the place. They started drifting away soon after they finished construction of the facility. Canning and the Hat Man are the only ones left as far as we know. It's like they intend to abandon the place with us inside. If they haven't already. Who are you? I'm Dr. Samantha Hardy. I'm a scientist. I'd tell you what kind, but I fear it would go over your head. My name is Janine Oraszewski. I'm a freelance journalist for a couple of magazines. Mainly celebrity gossip stuff. How did you get here? I was looking around the ophthalmology headquarters. I wanted to do a feature on them for the magazine since so many celebrities have joined them. I was just having a little snoop around when I discovered this place. Then, of course, they threw me in the holding cell. Sam was already there. I've been doing a little contract work for the Order here in the labs. Turns out they really don't want anybody to know about the stuff they've been doing here. What kind of stuff? I'd prefer not to say. She won't tell me either. So you don't want to betray client confidentiality? They threw you in a cell. That's not it. It's just that it was work I'm not proud of, which will probably reflect poorly on me once this is all over. I'd rather take steps to ensure it doesn't get out now rather than regret it later. Okay. Please don't press the matter. We escaped from the cell a few hours ago. Then you dropped in. And that's as far as we know. Why are we being held here? Most likely to protect a secret. But if that was all, why haven't they just killed us? Maybe they need us for something. I don't like the sound of that. I think only the cultists can answer your question fully. Who is Canning? Is he the leader of the cult? God, no. Before the others evacuated, he answered to a guy named Garriott. And even he seemed to be a subordinate to someone they called the Prince. I don't think I've ever seen him. Yes, you have. Canning is just a low-level acolyte ordered to make sure we don't escape. Personally, I think he's just as much a prisoner down here as we are. I think they wanted to get rid of him for some reason. But he's too dense to notice. He's still following orders like a faithful blinded sheep. Who's the man in the hat? I think he's just some mercenary hired to act as your security guard. You mean the guy dressed as Trilby? Who? You know, Trilby. The dashing gentleman thief. From those old horror movie serials. The Defoe Manor murders? Hotel horror? I don't watch many movies, I'm afraid. Why would a security guard be dressed up as a cult character? I can't explain it. It's just ridiculous. They say Trilby may have really existed. I've read some newspapers from around the late 20th century. How is that relevant? Never mind. Who is the man in red? I've never seen him before. Not until just then. Who's this? A completely bald man in a torn red robe. He helped us get away from Canning and the guard. I've never seen anyone like that. Did he come in with you? No. There's just me falling down an elevator shaft. Okay, that's all. Good. So now what? Now we think of a way to... Oh. What? The door's been sealed with a time lock. We won't be able to open it until tomorrow morning. Who could have done that? Canning? I doubt it. The man in red told us not to roam the hallway at night. Presumably he's taken steps to ensure this. For crying out loud. I have to get home. I have to be back at work tomorrow. We're all in inconvenience, Mr. DeKalb, but whining like a child is not going to help. I know, it's just... I know. We should take the opportunity to rest. We can discuss our escape in the morning. He thinks he's going to go to work tomorrow. He has a broken neck. I need to go to a hospital, dude. Day 2, July 25th, AD 2189. Alright. Let's go ahead and give it a save. Alright, so before I wanted to show you that this is the kitchen. Hello? Who are you? I'm not going to hurt you. Is your mother around? Or your father? My God, your eyes. What happened to your eyes? Yeah. So there's that. Oh, good, you're up. Can we discuss the plan? Plan? The door has now been unlocked. Our next move will be to take Canning hostage. Again, if at first you don't succeed, his door is being guarded by the Trilby Guard. It'll be your task to distract him. Why me? Threat of the physical violence must be made to get Canning under control. You obviously cannot make this threat, so it has to be me. All you have to do is lure the guard away from the main corridor. Give me the chance to slip in. How will you know when the coast is clear? Do you have a cell phone? Of course. Take my number. But we can't reach the outside world. We should be able to make calls within the complex. Call when you've achieved your objective, or if there are points you wish to discuss. I don't know if that follows. I think you actually need a cell tower for that. I'll give you Janine's number, too. I'm sure you still have many questions for us both. I don't think you can call cell to cell just like a walkie-talkie or something. Click on the phone in the top menu or in the phone in your inventory to call someone. The police. Nothing but static. Okay. So, let's have a look at this book. I'll add it to my journal. 1. Twice did the 28th day of the 7th month pass, and the prince gazed with great concern upon the land of technology, as the carving of the slave passed through the hands of the great many ignorant men of technology. But the king would not let him take his vengeance. 2. For he said, the guides seeks the carving of the slave, and it is through this desire he shall fulfill his destiny. It will not be long before the guide learns that his duty has not yet been completed, and then he shall do as I have foreseen. 3. And as the king said, excuse me, and as the king said it, so it was so. For the bridge creeper did not touch one of the ignorant men, but by their conjoined hands was the thief wife thrown down, and truly did she know the name of the king. 4. And with this act the guide said, I see you, no, bridge keeper. I have found you, and I have not forgotten. And he came to the tree that was the prince's soul, for it was there that the carving of the slave had been brought. So that's retelling the events of Trilby's notes. I'll add it to my journal. Instructions for opening the locker. All you have to do is ask. It won't open. All I have to do is ask, so we'll put it on open. Easy. Policies and close. And a key card. Alright, so as you can see, this is the kitchen. So this is actually where we came in Countdown 3. And I guess there was a knife here. Probably lying here somewhere. Let's talk to Janine. Janine? Yes? What do you think we should do now? I'm not sure. Maybe you should ask Sam. Will you be helping us take Canning hostage? I'm sorry, I can't. I don't think I could face him. I can't even bear being in the same room. Why? I don't know. It's like the fear comes out of nowhere. Like a punch in the stomach. Yeah, but who's him? Who are you so afraid of, Janine? Him. The one who's out there. I don't want to talk about it. So you were the one who sent the tip? Yeah. A week ago, I found this place. I sent the tip straight to the police. Minutes later, they caught me and threw me in the cell. I was expecting that they'd send a SWAT team or something. No offense. Real life doesn't work like that. They can't send in the guns just because an anonymous person says there's an unregistered basement extension. Sending a building inspector was pretty much the only thing that could be done legally. I guess you can blame me for getting you in this mess, huh? I'm really sorry. You weren't the one who pushed me down an elevator shaft. What do you make of Dr. Hardy? I probably don't know much more than you do. She was already in the cell when they threw me in there. And yes, I've asked her many times what kind of work she was doing for the cult. And no, she wouldn't tell me either. If you want to find out more, you're going to have to get it out of the horse's mouth. Do you think it's alright to trust her? She's got no more love for the cult than us. I mean, if she's secretly still working for them, then she's the most convincing actress in the world. Tell me about Trilby. The character? Well, he was a main character of a bunch of horror movie serials, which were based on a series of novels from the early 21st century. But someone sent me some rare old newspapers that suggest Trilby was a real person. Really? He was a cat burglar, the original master thief. Finally arrested around the mid-1990s. The story goes that he joined some secret government agency. Yahtzee seems to really like this character. And they encouraged the novelist to fictionalize Trilby so that people would eventually forget he was ever real. And I'll tell you something else. There was a photograph in the newspaper. And that guy out there, Canning's guard, looks exactly like the real Trilby. You think it could be the same guy? Of course not. He'd be over 200 years old by now. But the resemblance is really creepy. So maybe he's a descendant of Trilby's? But didn't we see him killed? I don't know. I had such a horrible nightmare. Better get used to it. There's something about this place. Something in the air, maybe. But I haven't slept well since day one. There was this little kid in a welding mask. A welding mask? I've had dreams about those too. How could we both be dreaming about welding masks? Psychic powers? Be serious. My granny always used to say I was a little bit sensitive. Sure. Have you seen Sam? Dude, you were just talking to her. She's in the other room. I think she's in the sleeping quarters. That's all I wanted. Okay. Let's take a look at this note. Book of Prayers 2:7. The body is the physical form. It is the sum of what time has made it to be, and so it is of the past. The mind is sharp and logical. It concerns itself with the here and now, and so it is of the present. The soul is love and hope. It is the dreams of what is to come, and so it is of the future. Body, mind, soul, past, present, future. We give thanks to them all in the name of the King. Okay. Alright, let's go see if we can figure out how to get Canning. Alright, if Trilby sees this, he starts following. So we're going to have to go around. I'll show you something weird before I get Trilby, though. If we go inside this door here. Oh god, it's some kind of ancient skeleton. dressed in the remnants of an anorak. There's a huge hole in the back of its skull, too. So, there's clues there that this is actually, what is his name? What was his name? I can't remember. Jeez, I'm bad at names. But the cultist from Trilby's Notes, that Lankman, that's it. Because Lankman wore an anorak, and he also, at the end of the game there, he was being used like a puppet to communicate. That's why there's a hole in the back of his skull. And then there's this weird disturbance over the body. So. Walk over this way. Get Trilby to follow. Okay. Make a run for it. We're going to go hide in that room. Wait. What the hell is that? The hotel. Oh, God. Let me out. Oh, shit. I love this game. It's a massive splatter of blood left behind, no doubt, when the guard was torn up by that tall man. So the body's gone. The blood's on the floor. Okay. What the hell was that? Yeah. Here we go. So this is what I was talking about in the earlier games. This part was inspired by Silent Hill, apparently, and I didn't know that. I actually, because some of the stories that I had written were sort of inspired by these games, and people said that they could see the Silent Hill inspiration in my writing. I'm like, it's funny, I never played them until later, which of course I did, because why wouldn't I? But at the time that I wrote that first novel, I had never read Silent Hill, or played Silent Hill. So the inspiration actually came from this. But, yeah, I love this game. Sam will have to take Canning prisoner. I'm too smashed up. Oh, I guess I have to call her. Dr. Hardy? Yes, Mr. DeKalb, go ahead. I got the guard away from the door. You're sure? Excellent. Meet me outside the office door. She has like bird feet. Sam will. Okay. Go ahead, Sam. Ready? As I'll ever be. Then let's do this then. Dr. Hardy? Yes? The guard's dead. He's dead because of me. You killed him? I led him to a monster. It tore him to shreds. It couldn't have been helped. A man died because of my actions. You must not agonize over every little thing. If you did, you'd go insane. You call it little. No, of course not. We're wasting time. Come on. Again, Dr. Hardy? Aren't you tired of this yet? Your pet guard won't be coming to help you this time, Canning. My pet? I would say he's as much yours as mine, wouldn't you? Shut up! Has she told you about the work she's doing for us, sir? I said, shut up. Get moving. And no funny business, or you'll get a bullet in the leg for to help you along. Go on in. Okay, Canning. You're completely at our mercy, and you're gonna tell us exactly what we want to know. Understand? First and foremost, how do we call the elevator? You don't. The one in the main corridor can only be called from the upper floor by a high-ranking acolyte. Looks like we have to get used to each other, my dear. There's gotta be another way up. Oh, there is. It's in the hub. But you'll never get past the security locks to open the blast doors. We will, because you're going to tell us how. Oh, this is laughable. So you're trying so hard to do it like they do in the action movies, aren't you? What are you going to do? Torture me? You really think I, an acolyte of the Order of Blessed Agonies, would be scared of pain? What I've done to myself far worse than you could dream up, if that makes sense. So now what? Now we have to open the hub security door. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Feel free to question the prisoner. Oh, I will. I'm sure you could benefit from his knowledge. Yeah, but what if he tells me what you do, Samantha? You don't trust her. She saved my life. And yet, you don't trust her. You wonder it is what she's hiding, do you not? Quiet. You understand so little. Okay, so why don't you enlighten me? Looks like you failed, old man. They're loose, and you're locked up. I wouldn't count your chickens if I were you. There are many more to take my place. I hate to break it to you, but your guard's dead. Really? Doesn't that bother you? Should it? Do you even understand the situation? Of course. I don't think you do, though. Why? If you did, you'd know that my guard's condition may not be as permanent as you believe. Can't you see that your order has abandoned you? This complex is completely evacuated. And the building on the surface is too. Rubbish. This facility was too expensive to simply abandon as soon as the work was complete. My brethren will return. So what's the deal with this cult? The deal? The deal is that the Order of Blessed Agonies has existed for centuries. We believe in the true way of purification. Purification through suffering. We practice the blessed agonies of the mind, body, and soul to wash ourselves of sin. And one day what? Nothing. You got some big agenda, haven't you? So what's this all about? You gonna take over the world? Like some Saturday morning cartoon villain? I said nothing. Tell me about these blessed agonies. Why? Thinking of applying? Just tell me. I don't see why not. For an individual to be fully purified, all three aspects of themselves must experience blessed agony. The agony of the body, physical pain, beating, burning, and cutting. The agonies of the mind, boredom, fear, and insanity. The agony of the soul, which is more refined. It's about destroying someone or something the subject loves utterly, relying upon emotionally. And you do this to yourself again and again. The agony of the soul can only be experienced once. Apart from that, you are correct. This is insane. To you, maybe. But do you know the same peace as I? The same utter contentment that comes with the knowledge that you are absolutely pure? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Why are we being held here? Surely that should be obvious. You're held here to protect the secret that this complex exists. Then why didn't you just kill us? I would have done had I received the order. But I did not. Then what do you want from us? My superiors know. In time, they will let me know too. What work was Dr. Hardy doing for you? Why don't you ask her? She won't tell me. And you think I would? Oh no, young man, this is something you have to see for yourself. I hate to spoil the surprise. Who's the tall man in black? The one with the white mask. Ah, I see you've met the prince. You should consider yourself lucky. That thing is the prince? What the hell is he? I'm not inclined to spilling the secrets of the Order to an outsider. Even if I were, very few acolytes are privy to the secrets known by the prince. And even the slightest ranking members know only slightly more than I. Do you know who the man in red is? Who? A completely bald man in a red robe. Kind of like your red robes, but all torn up. Is he one of your people? I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. All of the acolytes of Chzo would take very good care of their robes. I've got nothing more to say right now. Alright, so, I'm going to cut it there. This game, I'm going to say it one more time. If you haven't played this before, go ahead and play it. I mean, the whole series is just, it's fantastic. But playing through it now, again, I do have to say this one is my favorite. It's a very close call between Trilby's Notes and this one, but this one is just, I love everything about this. Anyway, I'm going to try to get a couple more of these done and get them up as soon as possible, but in the meantime, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and until next time, remember, a mind is a terrible thing. Goodbye.